Welcome back, guys, to Trails to Azure, where last episode, with Zeit depositing Lloyd on the border to Calvert and giving him a choice, with the SSS's leader only wanting to reunite his friends and rescue Kia, help soon arrived in the form of the Growlsritter, as the Dominion's Kevin Graham and Wazy Hemisphere aim to use Lloyd as a way to intervene with the current crisis. Boarding Wazy's Merkaba as Kevin used his to draw the flying Aeon away, we stealthily landed at Ursula Road as our party of three, Lloyd, Wazy, and Zeit, soon explore. The Merkaba. Examining warp circles will return us to the Merkaba. Speak to Abbas and select a destination on the map to travel to that warp circle. The number of available warp circles will increase throughout the story. It seems like a system that's more about the later than the now. Do you know what I mean? That's the one we picked, by the way. It grew back. No problem. Right, we obviously reboard because we tried to ask... well, actually it has an animation every time. We talk to people now that we moved on a bit, see? Because people move. Don't forget, I think you didn't say anything. Okay, maybe they didn't. Never mind, they didn't. Sad times. We just received a communication from the Merkaba Unit 5. They managed to successfully throw the Ion off of their trail. Worry not, Father Kevin and his crew are unharmed. That's good news. Hold on a second. If you're over here, who's flying the Merkaba, Abbas? You need not be concerned. I can control the majority of the Merkaba's functions from where I am now. There is no need for me to be at the helm while the ship is hovering over our landing spot in autopilot mode. Flying elsewhere will require Wazy's command and extra vigilance against Aeon intervention, but for now our current setup will suffice. I see. This ship is seriously advanced. Never mind that. You should make sure your gear is in order before disembarking. Speak to me again when you are ready to land. Sure, I need to land again. At least you had new dialogue. Okay then, Zeit is in the party. Wazy is dressed up properly now. Let's go. I'm assuming that you're still punchy kick. Oh, I can't switch to Zeit. I want to see what he does. Just howls at them. Right, so we could check the road down the other way to see if that will lead me to anything. I don't know if there's anything to see at this point, do you know what I mean? I can't stop. There's money. Money! Do buses run? Or will bus service has been suspended? Well, I guess that answers that, doesn't it? So which way should I go first? Oh, man. This is the issue, isn't it? When the structure of the game changes massively, you don't know what might cause you to miss something or not. Okay, I guess these are... some newbies? Oh, I didn't mean to even get into a fight with you. That's Zeit's voice! Zeit, it's your turn. Yay, Zeit's cutting. Yare. Wazy has learned 7 shots, probably because he learned it from leveling up outside of the group. 82 he's at. So, that said, area large magic attack. Okay. You really are meant to be a cancer then. I mean, it was kind of obvious from the start, to be honest. So what do we just get? 7 shot. Area large confuse. Beats down enemies with an unusual billiard ball technique. Cool. You still have like HP heal large cures elements on my card as well. And you have the area impede. But that's improved to large now, is it? My goodness. Wazy unleashed. That's what we've got now, right? Hey! Ha! It's just a guy here. A wanted monster is here. Or at least the type that's a wanted monster, do you know what I mean? Should we find out what reincarnation looks like? Let's reincarnate these fools. Can you use? Doesn't have any hands. Woof. Yes. I need more battle scopes. Well, we did get some in prison, I guess. That's helpful. An alpha primate that boasts mighty strength crushes foes with an unstoppable charge. Level 81. Right, you're getting reincarnated now. Congrats. What have we done? Oh, bye! Nice fight. I don't think the Ion flying around will notice that. So we got 294 EP at the moment. We will forward a little bit. We haven't got any. It must be amount of steps. Yeah, we're getting 5 EP pretty fast. So we can recharge ourselves. Oh, that's the wanted monster. It's red on the map. I mean, we don't have a quest for one, but there is one. How close can we get without dying? Well, that's it. Am I definitely not invited in? We made it all the way to the barrier. Seeing up close like this makes me sick. You can tell from the Merkaba that it's covering all of Crossbell City like a dome. Some things can still pass through. Ration trucks, emergency vehicles, and the Defense Force and Red Constellation, to name a few. Who exactly receives the authorization to do so is likely decided by none other than the President. Yes, and those without permission will find themselves unable to breach their way in by any physical means, until the barrier itself has been dealt with. Attempting to enter the city would prove a futile use of our time. I know. Keep waiting for me, Kia. I'm coming. Okay, well, that makes it patently obvious what we're supposed to do then, doesn't it? We have to go to, at the very least, the Moon Temple, Stargazer's Tower, and the Sun Fort. Or Ancient Battlefield, depends. Because those were 3 of the points that are meant to, like, fulfill this zone by the look of things. I mean, I would like to go to Stargazer's Tower, but I don't know if I should poke my nose around yet. Do you know what I mean? I'm curious. I mean, the general... What the fuck? Sorry, I swore. They meant it when there were just random cryptids. Okay, I'll go this way. Yes, that actually startled me that much that I swore. That is a rarity. Well, you know, swore by my own power versus swore because it's in the dialogue. That's fine. That's what characters are saying. Okay, I'll leave that place for now with the dreadful cryptids. Don't get to check out Stargazer's Tower. We'll be back there. I'm just leaving it for later, I guess, is how we're looking at it. Ain't no rush, right? I could probably bash down the Cryptid easily if I have an extra person. I could probably bash it down easily with my party right now, but having an extra person and an extra turn does mean quite a lot. Okay, we've only got crits. Once he's got all his power back. I feel like reincarnation is something I should be skipping. Do you know what I mean? Can you not AC delay things anymore, man? Oh, come on. Yeah, reincarnation is a bit long and it's not a boss fight, so I'm just gonna do it. So can any enemy position be swapped with a cryptid? That would be an interesting thing if it's not set location but random spawns entirely. Wonder if you could beat them to get good items. It seemed a bit random its location after all. But to be honest, I don't like running into random cryptids. Oh! The timing of that was a little too good. Fair news. Okay, you're very physically defended. I kind of know that. It's still faster for me to use a battle scope, isn't it? Yeah, it's like, where is Elon Ark? Oh, there he is. Level 84. Can be stat down, not 80 delay. We're not good for the spells that we want to hit it with. This might be a longer fight than you'd expect. But, oh, we managed to not get Lloyd here, I guess. We do want the others to be as far back as possible then, by the look of it. So we can lower its strength and defense. For 3 turns, too. And the best I have is Chaos Brand, or I guess Death Spiral's a little better. Do I have any good Earth stuff? No. I think Death Spiral will be better overall. I should probably get a Calamity Claw out first to lower its speed massively. That makes sense to me. God, those guys are still close enough. I guess there's no way to get out. I thought I'd be fine over here. Oh, okay. I mean, he did say he had some good spells. Celestial, recover area large, revive and HP heal all. Yeah, that's pretty good. What we got? Analyze, current drive, hollow sphere, stealth. Teal, holy breath. It's not really all that large though. I guess you're our best caster then. Indeed. Yale yale spells. Eh. This feels 100% like an invitation to use new thing, but no, you don't want me to use the cool new attack. Don't be silly. Why would you want that? There's a different cool new attack. On a critical as well. You wouldn't want me using it now, right? I mean, I can wait for it to be lower HP, surely. But now seems like the time as well. I'll wait a little bit longer. Especially because it's a magic attack, so therefore I can... Oh, okay. Lloyd, stop that. Wait, Lloyd, you can stop that, right? Did we figure that out with you? Bad turtle. More debuffs, friend. Chrono down will be enough to just boost it up without using too much spell power. It's on a critical. What am I gonna do? I think I'll leave it. Oh, it's a shockwave. Lloyd's just like, I get a critical too. Excelente. Too bad Lloyd hasn't procced ADF down on the boss yet. I'm wondering if I've actually now got it set. Do you know what I mean? There is a curiosity to this. We're ATS at 1. Oh, I guess I should use it now then, yeah? Think that'll do enough damage, maybe? What? Literally an arm. Nice job. That's the highest damage we've got out of one yet. Being a magic attack and having buffs for it probably helps quite a bit. Lloyd managed to reach 85 off of that. We get a burst orb. Phew, that one really got the jump on us. But if cryptids are appearing on the highways, there's no way any buses are running to the city, right? Yeah, we checked. I can't imagine they are. Though I doubt the defense force would have much trouble coming and going in those armored cars of theirs. So without them, there's no way to get to the hospital. The citizens' health must be suffering for it. Yes, that is a natural conclusion. Ursula herself must be looking down at us in grief. Ursula? You mean the same woman from the Saint and the White Wolf? Wait, don't tell me the White Wolf from that story was you, Zeit. The tale of a young caretaker who was marked for death by a feudal lord but wound up inspiring him instead. She's considered a saint in the church's canon too. Yes, and in life she was a compassionate young woman. However, she did not lose her life as the story depicts, but rather escaped death. She would then come to marry the knight who spared her. In fact, their descendants still live in these lands. Really? Truth is often stranger than fiction. Wait, so what you're saying is, someone we know could literally be the descendant. That's cool. Also, on top of that, as I watch Wazy's CP go up again, it probably is someone we know, or it wouldn't even be brought up. I didn't mean to just ambush this guy, but whatever.
了解チャンスだよし畳みかけるぞ援護しよう
I say there doesn't seem to be much of a reason to bring it up otherwise. And to be honest, it's been time, so... There could be quite a few of them. Well, I don't mind picking up some more U material for future weapon changing, but... I don't think that's coming at us anytime soon. Go away, Pleroma Grass. Give me your stuff. Right, we made it after a little bit of exploration on this weird highway. To St. Ursula. Let's see what's going on. Look, over there. Of course there's guards. Why wouldn't there be? A defense force unit. They're guarding the hospital. The timing couldn't be worse. Can't afford to have those soldiers spot us out here. Right, it'd be easier to just avoid them. I said we have no way of knowing the gaps in their patrol routes. I believe Tio is within the hospital. What? Are you certain? Yes, I can pick up a faint trace of her scent. However, I do not believe there are any other SSS members there. Tio, don't tell me... Was she hurt? She's not there to be treated, is she? Alas, my nose does have its limits. However, I cannot deny that I share your sentiment of concern. What should we do? I may have a little trick up my sleeve. If I pull this one off, we should be able to confront the soldiers without them calling for reinforcements. Really? Oh, I should have known you already had a plan in mind. You flatter me. What's your call, Lloyd? Don't even have to ask. One of our own needs us. We're going. I'm not about to pass up an opportunity to get Tio back. Then let us be off. Sure, we'll be in and out like a bolt from the sapphire blue. What are you planning? Okay, we only have the option to prepare or rush in, so... I mean, obviously I'd like to have some more EP, so I can cast... Is my plan to just cast mysteriously massive spell? Probably. Would surprise me. This is boring. Why do we have to get assigned on watch duty here of all places? There's barely even anything to watch. Quit complaining. Bannings, that fugitive from the SSS, is still on the lam. What's a single detective gonna do if he shows up here? He'd be done for. To be honest, if it's just the four of you, I think Lloyd could take you. Besides, if he has any common sense, he'd probably booked it from the state by now. Still, I heard that he had some kind of crazy monster bail him out. They say it ate up the entire 4th Regiment. You don't suppose it's true? Ha, sounds like a load of bull to me. But enough about that. If we're here, we may as well check on how Ilya's doing. She's still hospitalized, right? Yeah, she should be. She was banged up pretty bad back then. I hope she makes a speedy recovery. At least we can agree on that. Lloyd Bannings! He actually showed up here. And just who are you calling a monster exactly? Oh, give them a break. It's an easy mistake to make with your true form. I'd rather not have to fight you, but if you insist on making us force our way through, then we're gonna do just that. Cheeky little... We're outnumbered. Neutralize a lot of them. Roger. Wait, what was your plan? Beat them up. Oh, great plan. I could have come up with that plan. Seriously? Did we really do that? Was that... Highly trained soldier with excellent morale excels at long-range combats with a rifle. Hear my alpha roar. I need to scan you guys, so I'm gonna nerf you into oblivion. Yes. No, don't hit me! Oh, yes, you're too far away. Yade, yade, indeed. Well, that's it's 2 gunmen, 2 assault rifles, so we should be able to just take them out on this next turn. Maybe I should have just charged up the big spell. Highly trained soldier with excellent morale. Excels at close range with a unique halberd. Just blow up your friend, dumbass. Step into my chamber, said the Lloyd to everyone. I'd say good luck with the rest, because I think Trinity Guard is probably enough. Quadra kill. Strategy. Ugh, so strong. I guess it's my turn now. A medal from the Grossritter. Sapphire seal of mine, shining from the abyss. Join with consciousness's silver glow and confer unto them false memories. What's happening? It is a technique employed by the church that utilizes the power of suggestion, though I sense that is not the only esoteric force he is applying. Not long ago, you confirmed that a large cryptid was approaching this location. You managed to exterminate it, but due to the wounds you sustained, you decided to return to base. You made no contact with Bannings, nor were there signs that he could be arriving soon. That's the problem is when they go, we were cryptid. We retreated to base because our wounds. There was no sign of Bannings, and no indication he was going to show up anytime soon. Sounds like the weirdest report. No sign of Bannings. See, that's what they took on. They're going to see through the zombies. Wait, don't drink and be mind controlled. Come on, guys. Don't drink and be mind controlled. Don't drive. That's the one. Well, they just made it around the post. I don't know if they're in a fit state to drive. How in the... Manipulation to that extent should not be possible through mere suggestion. Am I to presume this technique relies on the power of your stigma? No keeping secrets from a holy beast, is there? Stigma? Yeah, it's not something I like to talk about, really. Past traumas and so on. That aside, what I did has its limits. The effects will only last 2, maybe 3 days at most. We also can't rely on this too much. The defense force will be looking for signs of it once they figure it out. Makes sense. I'll keep that in mind. Wazy. Zeit. Tio! You seem to be doing well. Well, would you look at that? There's some much needed good news. Thank goodness. When I found out you were in hospital, I assumed the worst. You're okay, right? You weren't injured or anything, were you? Lloyd. It's really you, Lloyd. Oof. What is that breastplate made of? But where have you been this whole time? I heard they put you in prison, but... It was all over the Orbital net. They said you escaped and that soldiers were chasing you down. I've been so worried. Oh, Tio. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you like that. But I'm okay. Everything's gonna be alright. Zeit and Wazy helped me return to Crossbell. So you can relax now. I'm here. Oh, isn't this so romantic? It's a shame we have to interrupt them. Back on your feet, Cecile and Fran. Funny meeting you here, Lloyd. I'm so glad you're safe. You have no idea how concerned I was, Lloyd. Sorry about that. I know I've caused you all some grief. Anyway, you look great, Fran. Like you're back at 100%. Yep, my injuries are all healed up now. Have been for a while, actually. But because of everything going on, I haven't been able to go back to work. That explains why you're here. Still, I'm glad you're doing better. Incidentally, Wazy, why are you dressed that way? And Zeit, what are you doing here? It's a bit of a long story. Long or not, they deserve a proper explanation of everything that has happened up until now. Yeah. Huh? Did he just... What's the matter? You really can't tell? Oh, I see. You've always been able to understand him, so you still haven't noticed, have you? Zeit? Why are you speaking in human tongue? How dare you? It was our thing. How did things come to this? It's all so complicated I can't even begin to unpack it. To think this would happen to the Crossbell we call home. Now I understand how the past of our state has led to our present situation, both in regards to the crisis we're in as well as what's happened to Kia. Yeah, right now there are only two things I want. The first is to uncover the truth of all the unanswered questions we still have. The second is to bring everyone back together, and that includes Kia. A world full of goals to choose from, and you pick the two most impractical ones. Would you expect any less from him? That's right, even prison could not change the kind of person Lloyd is. With that said, I completely share in his sentiments. As a member of the SSS, but more importantly as one of Kia's guardians, her family, I will be coming with you to fight. Thank you, Tio. I wouldn't have it any other way. Come to think of it, how did you wind up at St. Ursula of all places? I was brought here by Arios, on Maribel's orders, I suspect. They divided the members of the SSS into different locations before placing us under surveillance. As for why, I believe they suspected that if we were all imprisoned together, we would band as one and attempt to dissuade Kia. Well, they're not wrong. In that case, we're going to have to search everywhere we can to track down Eddie and Randy. There's also the possibility that they're currently in Crossbell City, which would make reaching them impossible. Then again, the fact that Tio was here means there's a good chance they're both elsewhere in the state. That's true. Assuming Kia is in the city, they would want to keep you four as far away from her as possible. I have a question. Can I come with you guys too? Fran, where's this coming from? I know I can't fight on the front lines like the rest of you, but I can still be your operator just like I was before. You mentioned something about using Wazy's airship to get around, didn't you? That's perfect. I can help you from there while you're on the ground. Please. Fran. Should we, Lloyd? Well, I'll admit the Merkaba is short on staff. We could use the help. But I'll leave the decision in your hands, Lloyd. Let's be clear. Right now, your sister's loyalty lies with the defense force, Fran. Coming with us means going up against Noel. Are you really okay with that? Yes, I am. Obviously, I don't want to fight Noe, but even still, I have a job to do as a member of the CPD. I can't just stand back and watch all of this happen to my home. I understand. Alright then, we're happy to welcome you aboard, Fran. Yes, thanks for doing this, Lloyd. It's good to have you back, Fran. Better than good for a boss. His workload is about to go down drastically. It sounds like everything is settled then. Yeah, I guess that means it's time for us to head out, Cecile. Of course. Promise me you'll be careful out there. Sadly, there isn't much I can do to help you directly right now. After all, my place is here at the hospital. But even so, I'll be praying for your safety. Thank you. That's more than enough. Thank you for everything, Cecile. You took such good care of me. I owe you my life, literally. Now, keep crying like that and you'll spoil that cute little face of yours. Come to think of it, Fran, don't you have things to pack before you leave with them? You should prepare a change of clothes at the very least. Oh, you're right. I need to get all my stuff together. Sorry, guys. I'll get it done as quick as I can, so sit tight. Things will be much livelier on board with her around. Of course, part of the reason I was in favor of it was for the sake of the Merkaba's morale. Oh, one more thing just came to mind. While you're waiting for her, why not take this opportunity to say hi to Inspector Donovan and Ilya? They're both awake? Wait, what? You mean they're... That's right, they both woke up not too long ago. Sadly, Ilya is still in no condition to be on her feet. Inspector Donovan is recovering well, however. Thank goodness they're both doing better. I think it's a great idea. We'll stave our boredom off while we wait for Fran, if nothing else. Yeah, let's go see them. Allow me to join you. I will wait here for you to finish. My presence would likely cause the patients a fair bit of alarm. Not if you're with us.